I will be acting in the position of superintendent while Clive Adamson is on sick leave. Although the word is he won't be coming back.
So there'll be a vacancy coming up?
There will be.
You going for it?
I have heard, and this is for your ears only, that an application from me would be considered most favourably.
Congratulations.
A bit early for that.
Superintendent Falcon Price. That's got a nice ring to it.
And I wish to commence my tenure by cracking down on traffic offenders, as of now.
We do have a very heavy workload
Not
at the
interested.
moment.
I want everyone out on the road, day and night. Every motorist in this district should be aware that if they infringe, they will be booked. No excuses will be acceptable, and no favours for mates.
Well, what if it's a reasonable excuse?
No such thing. Now, I booked 2 on my way over here, so each one of you should be able to treble that over a full shift.
I'm suggesting a quota, are you, sir?
Of course not, Constable. We do not operate quotas, as you well know. This is not about raising revenue. This is about saving lives.
So that's the reason.
And I will be keeping an eye on you. So no excuses. Good day.
This doesn't mean overtime tonight, does it? I was hoping for an early one.
Me too. I've got something on tonight.
Oh, yeah? What are you doing?
Something I can't get out of.
Oh, what's that?
Let's hit the road, Joe.
It's up to the member concerned whether to write a ticket or not. Falcon Price can't just say no excuses.
Well, we're going to get him anyway, even if they aren't believable. Volvo drivers.
Excuse me? I used to drive a Volvo.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Good morning, madam.
Look, I know I went over the line back there, but it was just a fraction. I corrected straight away.
Can I see your licence, please? Hello, kids. Do you have an excuse, Mrs. Falcon Price?
Did you have to broadcast it across the entire district?
All I did was call in for a set of usuals.
Did you book her?
Not yet.
What are you doing back here anyway?
We ran out of penalty notice.
Are you going to book her?
Oh, I told her she could probably expect a notice in the mail.
Did she offer any reason?
Yeah, she tried.
Said the kids were playing up in the back.
Oh, that is so lame. She should have come up with something better than that.
Well, we've heard better, yeah.
You guys should start a competition. Best excuse of the day wins.
Wins what?
Dinner with Rusty?
Make it a jug and I'm in.
I could probably stretch it to that. Was she speeding?
No,
How far over the double line was she?
not very.
So it was relatively minor.
No excuses, boss. You heard the man.
Yes, well, you know what I think about zero tolerance.
Senior Constable Stewart. Can I have a word?
Look, sir, I didn't even know who she was until I saw her licence. But even if I had...
I am not asking for explanations, Stewart. I'm sure you were technically correct. But from what she tells me, it was a very minor infringement.
Your very clear instructions
I know
were to
what my instructions were. Let's be reasonable about this. The kids were playing up in the back seat. She turned around to remonstrate with them and strayed across the lines. But I understand she corrected almost immediately.
No notice has actually been issued yet, sir.
Good.
I'm sure Stewart will do the right thing.
Sir, I take it that you confirm the authority to issue the notice or not rests with me.
Absolutely.
All right. Then I'm willing to take Mrs. Falcon Price's explanation into account. But she'll have to come in here and present her case to me herself.
That's an awful lot of trouble, Stewart. She'll have to drag the kids in here with her. All right, I'll get her on a mobile.
Look, I understand how you feel.
There's one rule for his family, another one for everyone else.
If it were anyone other than Felicity Falcon Price, would you be still issuing a ticket under these circumstances?
Well, I don't know. It depends.
I just expect you to be as fair-minded as you expect of others.
I've already said that I'd hear her out.
Reasonably?
Yes.
That's all I'm asking for.
But it's the inspector's... Sorry, the acting superintendent's old lady.
So what?
I'd let it go.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, because I'm not an idiot.
You might be able to take the easy way out, Jonesy, but I can't.
So we've all noticed many times.
It's called a conscience. Jones, you ever heard of that?
Mate, we let people off with warnings all the time. She's got an excuse. It's as good, probably better than any other.
So if I'm going to be consistent, I'll have to let off everybody who comes up with an excuse.
You are fair dinkum making it hard for yourself, aren't you? Here we go. We got a contender.
What was it?
I was just testing the speedo because it develops a fault when it hits 100.
Could be a winner. Ah, it's 3 clicks over, forget it.
Hey, wait, we got a jug of beer on hands.
No, I was speeding, wasn't I?
Can I see your licence, please, sir? Do you have any reason for exceeding the speed limit, Mr. Miller? No. In a hurry to get somewhere, were you? Minding other things?
I suppose this means I'll be fine, doesn't it?
Well, you were 3 k's over the limit. I'm quite within my rights to issue you with a ticket.
I understand.
But in the circumstances, since it's borderline, I'll just issue you with a warning. This time.
And that's all.
Just keep your eye on the speedo.
I do try.
Yeah. Drive on.
So what's his excuse?
None.
What's wrong with him? Everyone has an excuse.
Yeah, he's a boss.
It's always supposed to be tough when you have to drive your own car for work.
Not by choice, I can assure you. The inspector, acting superintendent, wanted me to keep an eye on things. So how's it going?
Oh, pretty quiet. Everyone's behaving themselves.
Running sheets?
We're on track for that jug of beer.
Yeah.
The best excuse is the bloke who didn't have an excuse.
Oh, that has to be a first. I wonder what they call it.
What do you think you're doing? How much further off the road can I park?
The bloody steering just suddenly went on us.
Shut up, Richo, you're not even driving. Who is it?
Compo? I might have known. What are you doing?
Oops.
A flying saucer.
Yeah, that's right.
On the roof of your car.
Correct.
Rubbish.
Not necessarily, Tom. You remember that case a few years ago when there was a flying saucer landed on a car travelling across the Nullarbor?
Vaguely.
I knew I was going to run into your car, but there was nothing I could do about it. It was as if the steering wheel was being controlled by this gigantic invisible hand.
From Mars.
Yeah. You don't believe me?
You're going to have to come up with something a lot better than that.
Well, what really happened was, I fell asleep.
Well, that won't help you, Compo. It's your responsibility not to fall asleep while you're in charge of a motor vehicle.
Yeah, but I couldn't help it.
Are you suggesting that you've got some sort of medical condition?
That is exactly right, Tom. I've got a medical condition.
What is it?
It's called, narcolepsy.
Narcolepsy.
I am a sick man, Tom. I should be in hospital. You ask Richo.
Narcolepsy?
I've never heard of it.
Mr. Hayes says that he suffers from it.
Oh, that? Yeah, Compo's got that all right, real bad.
What is it? It's a medical condition?
Yeah?
Where someone suddenly falls asleep.
Yeah, I knew. Epilepsy.
Narcolepsy.
That's it.
Is that what happened today while Mr. Hayes was driving? He just fell asleep?
Is that what he said?
Just tell us what you saw.
Well, we come over the rise and seen the cop car there, and Compo slowed right down as you do, and suddenly fell asleep. Head went right down, bang.
He wasn't asleep when I got there.
The crash must have woke him up.
You may receive a summons in due course, Mr. Hayes.
But I've got a condition. Didn't Richo back me up? Richo?
Yeah, I told him.
And as you don't have your licence with you...
I already explained to you it's in my suit at the dry cleaners, your ears painted on.
You'll have to pick it up and bring it back here.
We'll be informing Vic Rhodes of your alleged medical condition. We also need to sort out the insurance.
But I can still drive my car.
Well, I'd get some medical advice if I were you. You are properly insured, I hope.
Of course I am. What do you take me for?
Can you bring the details with you when you come back?
No worries. Can we go now? Come on, Richo. Fair dinkum. That is no way to treat a man with a condition.
So what's this special occasion you can't get out of anyway?
What's that?
What, tonight?
No, I didn't say it was a special occasion.
So what is it then?
It's just dinner.
What, with Josh?
Good morning. Felicity Falcon Price. I've been told I need to come and speak to Senior Constable Stewart.
He's not here at the moment, but if you'll grab a seat, I'll get in touch with him.
Robert, Catherine, you can wait a little while.
You're very welcome to wait in my office if you like, Mrs. Falcon Price.
Please call me Felicity. Russell passed on your request that I come in and explain personally.
Well, thank you for making the effort.
I'm sure you know what it's like with children.
Yes.
When they start playing up in the back seat. Catherine was whacking Robert over the head with a plastic cricket bat. He was screaming at her, and I just couldn't stand it any longer. Look, I momentarily turned around to tell them off, and that's when I must have passed over the double lines. I know I should have pulled over, but they got me so angry I just couldn't think. I was wrong. I also realised that my stupidity is particularly embarrassing for Russell at this time.
Oh, I'm really not concerned for your husband's embarrassment. My problem is that I'm operating under strict instructions to crack down hard on even less serious infringements. But you did correct very quickly. And we all make mistakes. So if what you're telling me is true...
Well, it is. Of course it is. Why would I lie?
Well, people do make things up just to get off.
Well, I wouldn't do that. Look, the silly bat is still in the car. Have a look.
Yeah, I will do that if you don't mind, just to completely satisfy myself.
Has to be here. Look, it was here. Ask the kids if you don't believe me. Robert, what happened to that bat that was in the car?
I don't know.
You must know. Catherine, do you know? OK, Robert, I want you to tell the senior constable what Catherine was doing to you in the back of the car. Hmm? She was hitting you with the cricket bat, wasn't she?
Yes, and I shouted at her and you got angry.
I'm sure we don't need to put the kids through this.
I was telling the truth.
Look, I think I've got enough to go on.
So you're not going to book me?
I want to think about it.
So I still might get a ticket?
It's quite possible.
Really, what was the point of me coming in? Come on, let's go.
Have you ever heard
I don't care who she's married to. You heard the acting superintendent. No excuses, remember?
One. 1, 2. 3. 3. 1, 2. 2. 3. 3.
Imagine being married to that bugger. Well, she needn't think that that's going to help her.
Well, I think she got that, mate. She's actually not a bad looker.
Here's a go.
Hey, isn't that the bloke you just let off?
Yeah, yours too.
Mr. Miller, you were doing 75 in a 60 zone. What's your excuse this time?
No excuse again. License, please. So what's the big hurry this time?
Am I legally obliged to answer them?
No. But you will be receiving a penalty notice through the mail, Mr. Miller. And slow down with that trailer on. I don't want to have to stop you again. Okay, drive on.
So what's his excuse now?
Same. None.
That bloke is hopeless.
I think he wanted to get caught.
I was overtaking and you are allowed to exceed the speed limit to overtake.
That's even older.
I didn't stop the sign because I don't want to use my brakes too much.
Yeah, better. Not as good as the guy who said he was speeding because his wife was having a baby.
Well, that sounds fair enough.
Yeah, except that the baby wasn't due for 3 months.
It's a potential winner.
Got that stuff you asked me to bring in? Licence, Rego.
And where's your insurance?
There.
No, that is just your car, Rego. This is only for personal injury. It doesn't insure against third-person property. In other words, my vehicle.
No, that can't be right.
The situation is that you are personally liable, Mr. Hayes.
I'll have it assessed and let you know.
Oh, hang about, Tom. I'll handle it. I know a bloke.
Yeah, who's that?
Kenny Dwyer.
Kenny Dwyer?
He's a really good paddle beater.
He's a backyarder. I don't want him anywhere near my vehicle. I want a proper job done.
But that'll cost a fortune.
Well, you shouldn't have run into my car. I was parked far enough off the road. Don't you do this to me, Compo. I know you too well. Compo!
Mr. Hayes? Mr. Hayes?
Give him a shake.
Mr. Hayes? You're not...
Sorry, did I fall asleep?
I doubt it.
That is how it happens. 1 minute I'm wide awake, next minute I'm fast asleep.
Mr. Hayes, you don't need to pretend with us.
If you don't believe me, you go and ask them up at the hospital. They're very worried about me. They reckon I need tests.
Yeah, he did come to see me a couple of days ago with symptoms that might indicate some kind of sleep disorder.
Like narcolepsy?
Possibly. I suggested he go to a sleep clinic, but I don't know if he followed that up. I don't think he has private health cover.
Would it be easy to fake?
Yeah, sure, if you're prepared to wear the embarrassment.
Could you just fall asleep in the middle of a conversation, for instance?
Yeah, while eating, or even most dangerously while driving.
Well, what brings it on?
Bit of a mystery. They think it might be triggered by excitement or stress.
Right, all right. Well, thanks for that.
Yeah, that's cool. Anytime.
Big night tonight, is it?
Sorry?
What's the special occasion?
No special occasion. Why?
Oh, nothing to worry about. I must have got it wrong.
I only managed 2 all morning, Senior.
Plus 1. Still under consideration, sir.
Let's call it 2, which is not good enough. It's a Bathurst 1000 out there. I'll be back at the end of the shift to check up on everyone, and I expect to see an improvement.
Right, everyone, you got your new locations. Let's get out there.
Hey, Buggerlugs, you right for tonight?
Oh, sorry, mate, I forgot.
What's this?
The movies at St. David. Something's come up that I've got to do. No worries.
Special occasion?
No, just something I can't get out of.
Oh, sounds important. What is it?
Mind your own business.
So, is it someone I know?
What?
Well, if you're not going out with Josh.
He says I'm not going out with Josh.
Well, he does.
Have you been checking up on me, Joe?
Why? Have you got something to hide?
I think it's time we both got out on the road.
Hey. Isn't that...
It's getting faster.
Right. Trying the back road, Mr. Miller. Just give me the ticket.
Hang on. This is the 3rd time I pulled you over for speeding today. What are you carrying back there?
Nothing much. Just some things.
What sort of things?
Old stuff. Rubbish.
You mind if we take a look? Shoe salesman, are you?
No.
These have hardly been worn.
You're throwing all these out?
They're no longer needed.
Where'd they come from? Would you mind following us back down to the station, Mr. Miller?
I'm not even going to ask. They're supposed to be on traffic duty.
Just take a seat. Joseph Miller, he's a cashier at the local council offices.
and suffers from Imelda-Marcos syndrome.
Am I under arrest?
No, Mr. Miller. Should you be? You're just helping us with our inquiries, that's all. Take a seat.
I can explain about the shoes.
Excellent.
I was taking them to the Red Cross shop at St. David's.
Well, it's their lucky day.
Well, I don't have any use for them, and I thought perhaps someone else would.
So, all these women's shoes, they're all yours?
Yes.
Do you have any receipts, check butts, proof of ownership?
Perhaps for some of them, I'd have to look.
Is that what you were doing the other times that we stopped you, taking all that stuff to the op shop?
That's right, yes.
But most of those shoes look as though they've hardly been worn.
They haven't been. They're all in good condition.
Can anyone else vouch for these items? Your wife, someone like that?
I live alone.
Right, we just need to satisfy that you're the rightful owner, that's all.
Of course.
Yeah. And when we do that, we can send you on your way.
How long might that be?
Oh, it won't take long. I'm just going to make a few inquiries, that's all.
Nothing on Leap. Not even a traffic offence. He's as clean as a whistle.
I spoke to his boss at the Shire office. Apparently very reliable, worked for 11 years, but keeps to himself.
Well, we picked him up for speeding 3 times today.
He's not saying much.
I can't get onto anyone at the op shop. I left a message there before.
Maybe he's just eccentric.
No, he's hiding something.
You mean that bloke that takes your money from you to pay the rates?
Yeah, that'd be him.
No, I only know him to say hello to.
Oh, well, thanks anyway. I just thought I'd ask.
Chris?
Yeah.
Our lunch is ready?
Yeah, coming.
Who is it you're meeting tonight?
Persistent, aren't you?
It isn't Jonesy, is it?
What on earth would make you say that?
He's being so mysterious. I just thought if Josh doesn't know about it, maybe...
Oh, right. Well, it is Josh, and he does know about it.
Well, he said he didn't.
Because he probably didn't want you to know about it.
About what?
At the risk of having rumours spread about my adultery...
Oh, me?
Josh has been offered a residency at Royal Melbourne, and we're having dinner in town tonight with his new head of surgery.
Oh, big promotion, eh?
Yeah. And it's not public yet, which is why we didn't want anyone to know about it.
Lips are zipped.
Shoes.
Sorry?
Well, that bloke that Ben wanted to know about, Joseph Miller, I don't know too much about him, but Marjorie Miller comes in here quite a bit with June Ferguson. You know June, married to Jim, the butcher?
Yeah. Okay, so Marjorie is Joseph's wife.
Oh, I don't know, but she comes in wearing a different pair of shoes every time. She must spend a fortune on them.
Okay, we'll pass that on.
Marjorie Miller. Any relation?
By marriage?
Are you saying that she's your wife?
No. Not now. She was.
So you're divorced?
We've separated. The truth is she left me.
When was that?
This morning, after 11 years.
Bit of a blow, then.
Horrible. I've been getting rid of all of her stuff.
It's pretty quick off the mark, though, isn't it?
I don't want it in the house.
What if she comes back to you?
I think that's highly unlikely.
So all these shoes, they belong to your wife?
Yes.
Why didn't she take them with her?
I wish she had. She walked out and left me with a problem.
Well, there are a lot of shoes for one person to own.
I'd really rather not talk about this. It's all highly embarrassing.
Ben, op shop for you, line 2.
Senior Constable Stewart, got a message?
He says they all belong to his wife. She left him, he's getting rid of them.
Do you believe it?
Well, considering she left this morning, it's a bit quick.
They haven't received anything at all this morning.
You sure you got the right op shop?
Well, he said the Red Cross, but I suppose it could have been one of the others.
This is exactly what I do not want to see. Members standing around the office.
We're investigating a possible missing person, sir.
Let Hashem handle it. I want all uniforms out on the road. I thought I made that clear. What's this about a missing person?
Senior Constable Stewart found a fellow with a load of women's shoes, which he can't account for.
He says that they belong to his wife, and we're still trying to locate her.
How long's she been gone?
Since this morning.
So she's not officially missing at all?
No, but...
I'm not interested. You're supposed to be apprehending traffic offenders. I want you out on the road now.
Stop at the shoe shop, would you?
Let it go.
Look at this guy. He's a bookkeeper. He's on, what, 30, 40 grand max. Where is he getting the money from to buy all these shoes?
They must be stolen. Could be from here. Just pull over.
We're going to get scum alive.
You're not scared of Rusty, are you? No. They've lost shoes over the years, but nothing like that number.
So, can we get on with the job we're supposed to be doing?
Investigating crime is our job.
Rusty wants us booking traffic offenders.
I still think that stuff might be stolen.
Joseph Miller doesn't strike me as a thief, Ben.
No, but his wife might be. Here, give us this. Mount Thomas 208 to VKC for a female IBR.
Go ahead, 208.
Surname Miller, Marjorie.
Approximately 35 years of age. Possible address...
What the hell is he playing at?
Well, that's not a bad idea. I should have thought of it myself.
The acting superintendent's going to have his guts for guarded. You done something to your neck?
Oh, no. It's just a precaution.
Ah.
Now, you see, if I keep banging my head like that, I could do serious damage to my neck.
Not to mention your brain.
What's that?
And we wouldn't want that to happen, would we?
You read the literature, Tom. Narcolepsy is a life-threatening condition.
Especially when you're driving a car. And what can I do for you at the moment?
Well, actually, Senior Sergeant, it's what I can do for you. Do you follow the dogs?
No.
Race 1, number 6 at Sandown. It cannot lose. I know a bloke. You know, who knows a bloke.
You're not offering this information by way of an inducement, I hope.
No, not at all.
Well, that's all right, then.
Why would you think that? It's just a tip between friends.
You'll be backing this certainty yourself, will you?
I most certainly will.
For a fair bit?
Enough.
Then you might win enough to pay for my car. Problem?
No.
Found it. I drove up and down the street and then Robert spotted it in the grass.
Sharp eyes, Robert?
Dad's going to buy me a gun for my birthday.
Oh, is he?
Look, now that you've seen it...
I think it's best that you show it to Senior Constable Stewart yourself. He shouldn't be too long. You can wait in my office again if you like. Let's see if Mr. Hasham can find you kids something, eh?
VKC to Mount Thomas 208 of a Marjorie Miller, date of birth 15850. St David's Magistrates Court in 94, 2 cancer shop stealing.
Received.
Mount Thomas 900
To Mount Thomas 208.
Go ahead, 900.
Ben, can you come back to the station immediately, please?
You see? I wasn't making it up. The bat was thrown from the car when the kids were playing up.
With respect, the fact that you can now produce the bat doesn't prove that.
Are you suggesting I'm lying?
I'm sure he's not saying that.
Look, I have driven up and down
Your children
that road.
seem to me to be exceptionally well behaved.
You have no idea what they can be like. They were full of sugar. Russell's mother had given them a whole bag of lollies behind my back. They'd eaten a lot.
I'm sorry, but it just doesn't seem consistent with what I've seen of them.
Why have I gone to all this trouble when you won't even accept what I'm saying? If you've got something against me because of my husband...
No.
This is really particular. Oh.
Hey, calm down.
Stop this at once! Just sit down, both of you! You see? Someone's given them something sweet. They're full of sugar. I know the signs.
That would have been me. I just came a little bit of cola.
Cola. Oh, great. That's the worst.
Well, it was an honest mistake.
You're as bad as Russell's mother.
Well, you've seen it with your own eyes now, so give us all a break.
I'm still thinking about it.
What is there to think about? If this was anybody else, there wouldn't be a problem.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that.
I am. If you've got something against Falcon Price, I suggest you get over it fast.
But you said it was my call.
That's right, it is. So get out there and make it now.
There you are, mate.
Thanks.
Mrs. Falcon Price? I've thought very hard about this. As you can probably understand, the most important thing for me is not to show any fear or favour in this situation.
Yeah, I don't want any favour.
Although it was a minor infringement, what you did put your children's lives in danger, not to mention someone coming the other way.
Just give me the ticket, okay? My husband's going to have to wear the embarrassment. I'm sick of it.
Look, personally, I don't think much purpose would be served by issuing a notice.
You're letting me off.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Tom.
No, don't thank me. It was Senior Constable Stewart's decision.
Come on, Rob. Don't get him. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
My daddy says you're a busted down drunk.
Catherine, out now. I really apologise for that.
Again.
Relax, he's well under. What are you doing?
Turn off the engine and step out of the car. Mr. Miller, what have you got under there this time? Just some more stuff? Would you mind uncovering a load, please? They belong to my wife. And she didn't want to take any clothes with her. We better talk about this back down at the station, Mr. Miller.
Ben?
What are you doing? Constable, trust me, something bad has happened to that woman.
We don't know that.
I do. All right, where were you taking your wife's clothes? I know that it wasn't to the op shop in St David's, because you haven't even been there today, have you? So where were you taking them? The tip? Beg yours? The tip? Why were you doing that? They're perfectly good clothes.
Because I didn't want them in the house.
But what if your wife comes back for them?
She won't.
Why would she leave good clothes behind?
Where's your wife?
I've already told you, she left me.
And you've got no idea where she is?
I've already explained.
Right, well, we'd like to search your house, if that's agreeable to you.
I'd rather you didn't.
We could get a warrant, but it would be a lot easier for all of us if you did agree.
Foul play. The place is pretty clean. A bit too clean. It's like she never existed. I'm starting to think you might be right, Benny boy. How many trips did you take today, Mr. Miller?
I don't know. 4 or 5?
Right. So one was shoes, another one was your wife's clothes. What about the other times?
Stuff like that. Bits and pieces.
Bits and pieces of?
Marjorie always had more of everything than she needed.
Bit of a problem, was it?
I believe people should live within their means.
Right, so let me ask you again, Mr. Miller. Do you know where your wife is? Is she dead? Did you kill her?
No.
Well, crime scene will go through your house like a dose of salts, and if there's any evidence at all that anything untoward has happened to her, they will find it.
There was a box on the back of the trailer the first time we pulled her over today. What was in that? Where is that box now?
With all the other rubbish?
At the tip.
Yes.
No, it's not. And we've intercepted you 4 times today, and each time you were heading in the opposite direction to the tip. And yet you had a full trailer load each time. So where were you going? The old council incinerator. I bet you've got a key for that.
Who just dumped the box, Mr. Miller?
So what's in it? Come on.
Her body was in there.
Because that's where you put her after you killed her.
Yes.
Why did you kill her?
It was an accident. We were having an argument and it became a fight.
Mm-hmm.
She became hysterical and attacked me. I pushed her away and she hit her head on the corner of the fireplace and just lay there.
Why didn't you call for help?
It isn't fair. It's all her fault and now I'm going to be punished for it.
So you thought that you'd get rid of her body?
Sergeant Corrigan's entered the room at 3:23 p.m. So, what did you do with your wife's body?
I put her in the box and dumped it at the incinerator with all the other stuff. I was going back there tonight to burn it all.
Oh, that'll do for now. Interview suspended at 3:23 p.m.
What's going on, Tess?
Archery! You're supposed to be dead.
Joseph! Joseph, it was horrible. I went home and all my shoes have been stolen.
No, I had to get rid of them. I thought you were dead and I had to get rid of them.
It's all right, Mrs. Miller. Just come take a seat. It's all right.
I don't understand. You got rid of my shoes?
They're all here, Mrs. Miller. They're all safe and sound.
Thank you. But I was in some strange building. I remember. I woke up in a box.
You don't remember how you got there?
No,
Do you remember having a fight with your husband?
we never fight. He's a good man. He loves me and looks after me. He doesn't argue with me.
So how do you think that you ended up in that box, Mrs. Miller?
Can I go now?
Mrs. Miller. Mrs. Miller.
When can I get my shoes back?
Every week a new pair. It became a mania. When I wouldn't pay for them, she started stealing them.
How long did this go on for?
Nearly 10 years. It was all right when we first got married, but it just got worse and worse. The house was full of shoes.
So, what happened this morning?
I found a new pair and I just snapped. I told her I was taking them all to the tip, and she attacked me. And that's when the accident happened.
Well, she claims that you never fought or argued.
She's a sick woman, Detective. She doesn't remember.
And so you put her body in the box and then took it to the incinerator?
Because I thought I was a murderer.
Well, you're not a murderer, but there could be other charges.
Of course, and that's right. I've done a bad thing. Go to prison, won't I?
Well, that's the first offence, so you're probably looking at a non-custodial sentence.
No jail.
No jail.
Oh, please. You have to. I know she's my wife. She's my responsibility. But someone else will have to look after her. I can't do it anymore. Jail, please. You see, no more shoes.
I've spoken to DHS. They're going to get a social worker to organise a psych test for Marjorie.
Sounds like they both need one. So, your gut feeling was right, mate?
You can buy me a soft drink.
I might have to, if you got the best excuse.
Ah, Stuart. Thank you very much. I've just had a call from the Gazette wanting a comment about my wife being pulled over.
It didn't come from me, sir.
Don't give me that.
I did not leak that information.
Who was the reporter, sir?
At Lowlife, Tony Timms. They've got a scanner in their office. You did not need to make that broadcast.
Just following correct procedure, sir.
Anyway, the upshot of it all is that now she'll have to be given a ticket.
But I've already decided to let her off.
And how do you think that would look? That I interfered on my wife's behalf, something I would never do. Senior, I am instructing you to issue a penalty notice.
But, sir...
Just do it!
Hey, Tom. Our race is on. How much you put on?
Not a thing. I'm relying on you.
Should be sweet, Tom. We'll pick up a mozza on this, mate. Hey, compo?
No worries.
As long as you win enough to pay for my car repairs.
So you're doing the dirty on us.
What's that? There you go.
Thanks.
Here's the prize for the best excuse.
You're moving to Melbourne.
What?
Thanks, Joe. Josh has been offered a very good position.
And you'll be going to...
Why do you say that?
You're married.
So?
Well, I might be a bit old-fashioned.
Wouldn't believe that of you, PJ.
Hi.
G'day.
Hey, we're just talking about Melbourne.
Ah, right.
Josh is going, but I'm not. I like it here, so we both knew this could happen when we got married.
So he'll be there and you'll be here.
Yeah, for the time being.
Yeah, but, you know, who knows what's going to happen in the long run.
Well, that's very sophisticated.
Right, we better get going.
We're meeting my new boss.
Yeah, I think Joe already told them that.
Oh, well, we've since found out that Joe's information is not entirely reliable.
Yeah. We thought we were losing our favourite sergeant.
Well, bad luck. You're not. See you guys tomorrow.
Have a good night.
See you.
Well, I think that's silly, but what would I know about marriages? Maybe husbands and wives should live in different cities.
So who's getting the prize for best excuse anyway?
Oh, it's got to be the boss, don't you reckon? For Compo's spaceship mounting the Pontiac tail.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. It was a tough decision, but in the end, I decided I didn't believe him.
Tom, they're off. Chrissy, can you turn the volume up?
Come on, knock about mate. Go, you little buggy. Go, you little buggy. Go, you little buggy. Come on now, knock about mate. Oh, look at this. I think we're going to win here. Come on, babe. Go, knock about. Go, knock about. Go, babe. Go, babe. Go, babe. He's doing well there. Look at him. Come on now, knock about mate. You Yes, I told you.
Good, I'll book the car in tomorrow then, shall I? Don't you dare. Compo? Compo?
That's a necrophilia. Get you every time.